Hi guys, and welcome back to my Pick'em Challenge predictions for MLG Columbus 2016. Day 2 is over now and we are gonna go over day 3. But before that, I wanna take a look into day 2 and some of the upsets that really happened there. So let's talk about them. And I'm gonna show you how well I did on day 2. I actually did get 6 out of 8, which again, pretty okay. I wish I would have got all 8 right, but as I said, there was few upsets and I'm gonna talk about them. I'm gonna talk about also the first game, which went like 5 overtimes. I think this should have been Flipside's game, but for some reason they just couldn't close it out. And when Mousesports actually got to the match point on regular time, Nico actually killed 3 people and it was 2 versus 5. But for some reason it's Nico Sports, and again his team just couldn't close it out. I mean, Sara and I don't know who was the other guy, they clutched it 2v5, and from that point on it was just overtime after overtime, and in the end Mousesports came on top, which I kind of expected, but I didn't think Flipside was going to play it that good. I mean, Markelov was nuts. I haven't seen him since 1.6 era when he was playing for Navi and Opping. I actually followed him then, and he was my favorite player. But that was pretty much game 1. Game 2, not much to say about it. Sply's first team in the tournament against FaZe. Yeah, FaZe crushed them. In the third game, this for me was pretty clear cut. I did say Gambit was gonna win convincingly. I thought Gambit was just gonna sit on Envy's face and shit on them, but yeah, Envy kinda proved me wrong. I do think they are in big slump, but I think they are as a team in a slump, not individually. I mean, they have players who can perform on top level, but the team chemistry is just not there. And I feel like NVS isn't even bothering sometimes to call. Like, they're really confused as a team. So I don't know what the future holds for them, but it's looking grim at the moment. But yeah, Gambit Gaming was my clear choice, and I'm glad I did, because they actually won. Waylander did a good job. I think he got like 30 frags, which is 30 bomb against NVS. What more can you ask? So that was about it. In the fourth game we had G2 against Cloud9. I actually thought Choke9 would win this, because G2 just got shit on the first day, like 16-1 against VP. VP is in slump. So I actually thought G2 had no chance in this game. But then again, it's freaking Cloud9 and they lost, so rip my prediction here. I don't know what the future holds for G2 in this tournament, but I'm kind of feeling that they might go far, especially looking at the game against Cloud9. But then again, Cloud9 isn't top teams, so it's really hard to predict. Then in the fifth game we had NIP against Luminosity Gaming. This was clear cut for me also, and it was for everybody else. I mean, NIP with threat isn't that threatening, so at the first the game started pretty well for NIP. I thought they're gonna just roll over LG at that point, but then I realized like they are so lackluster in the executes. Even though Threat is their coach and he knows what was Pitt's role in the team, and he can do what he did, but it's really hard once he's in game. He has to think so many other things that I think it's just not working. So for me, NIP is playing 4v5 the whole tournament, and I don't think they're gonna win on day 3 against Mousesports, but I'm gonna go over those predictions a bit later. So in the sixth game we had Fnatic Team Liquid. I said I was expecting this game to be really tough game for both teams, I kind of did expect. I didn't expect, but I knew Team Liquid could win this. So yeah, I was pretty mad that Fnatic couldn't close it out on a regular time. I mean, Flusha kind of fucked up on the last call, but then again, it's really hard. It's really hard to know what the other team is planning, and counter-striding them, that's hard. But yeah, it wasn't as big surprise as, to me at least, as it was for many other people. I did think Team Liquid is a great team after day one, and I still do think they're gonna go far in this tournament, maybe even to the finals. Not sure. Looking good. And in the 7th game we had Astralis against CLG. Really clear cut. I don't think CLG had any chance, and to be honest, they didn't. Astralis, great game from them. Not much to say there. This last game of the day, Navi against VP, that was kind of surprise for me. After VP winning on the day 1, 16-1, I expected them to be way better against Navi. I mean, I didn't expect them to win, but I expected them to get double digits on the scoreboard. But no, Navi just crushed them. Well, the game was like 16-4, which is definitely not what I expected. I mean, the map choice for Virtus Pro was really bad. I mean, the map, yeah, it complemented more Navi's style. And I think Navi is way better team on Cobble. So, all that said, let's go to the day 3 pick'ems. And in the first match we have an IP against Mousesports. I do think Mousesports is gonna take this. Or should I say Nico Sports. I mean, I hope that on the day 3 Chris J Nico combo will be pretty good, and they're just gonna roll with it and take this 2-0. At least that's what I'm expecting. But then again, NIP has really good players, so it might be possible for them to even perform with 4 players. But it's highly unlikely. So in the match 2 we have Fnatic FaZe Clan. I think Fnatic is gonna win this. It's hard to say will they win it convincingly. I mean, the performance against Liquid wasn't bad at all. I don't think it was bad. Like, I think the call wise and strat wise they could have done a bit better, but I think Fnatic is on point and they are playing really well. So the game wasn't about mistakes and being bad. It was just that Liquid was a better team. And in the 3rd game we have CLG against Gambit Gaming. I do think Gambit, as I said, I'm expecting a lot from Gambit Gaming, and I do think they are individually better than CLG players. And as a team, CLG is better. There's no doubt about it. CLG, communication-wise, better. Strat-wise, I think better. But I think Gambit Gaming has so good players aim-wise, and I think they are gonna clinch this. It's not gonna be easy, but I do hope and think Gambit is gonna win. So in the final game we have VP against G2 Esports. As we all know, VP just shit on first day on G2, and I don't think that's gonna happen twice. G2 is much wiser now. I don't know what the fuck happened on day 1. It was just horrible to watch. G2 was so confused. On day 2 they looked solid. The teamwork played well. Everything was looking fine. So just the opposite of what happened to Virtus Pro on day 2. So I think if the map isn't gonna be train, I think the G2 Esports even if it's train, I think they are gonna do way better than our first day. So I hope Shocks is gonna play really well. Can't pronounce. Yeah, but Shocks and Smiths and everybody is gonna play well on G2's side. And I think Virtus Pro is in a slump, as they kind of proved me, like on the first day I thought, okay, this team is like coming back, and they have something new to show us, like six strats, insane gameplay. But no, day 2 they got crushed by Navi. Rip all hopes for VP fans. Pasha Biceps won't help you this time. It's G2. So that's about it for the day 2. I hope I'm not too off with these predictions. I don't think I'm gonna be, but you never know the upsets and how each player is feeling on that day, who's gonna perform, who's gonna not perform well. It's pretty hard to say. But yeah, let's go over for my fantasy team pick'ems. I actually did some research. I actually was thinking a lot who I'm gonna pick, and it really took me time. But for the commando, I went with where is he? Shucksy. Where are you? Where the fuck is Sharks? Okay then, kill death ratio. Sharks, hello? Sharks? Oh, there he is. Yeah, I went with the Sharks. As I said, I think G2 is gonna win, and I think Sharks is gonna be in big role. He's a great player. Like aim-wise, I think at the moment he's right on Scream's level. Maybe he's even better than Scream, to be honest. And he's getting these really crazy headshots also. Really good player overall, and I think he's gonna have the best kill death ratio on day 3. So for the Clutch King, I picked a player who I really like. He's not this crazy headshot machine or like a flashy player, but he gets the job done. And if you want someone in the clutch, in the 1v1 clutch situation, you want Crims from Fnatic. I think this guy is such an underrated player. I did think he was, like, people couldn't see it, but in my mind, the Crims has been the linchpin of Fnatic. Like, he's the guy who's gonna do the dirty job, and he's gonna, like, every round you can count on this guy getting 1-2 kills, even by himself. Like, if he's holding, for example, Dust 2 B, in such an, for example, if the other guy dies on mid and they are holding mid and 1B, this guy can perform under such a huge pressure, and he can still manage to get 2 kills, which for example, if you play and you know how, like, if there's 3 places you need to watch people coming from, it's really hard, and you're probably gonna just get shit on. But this guy is just awesome in those situations. A really calm guy, snooze boy. But yeah, he's my pick for the Clutch King. For the Eco Warrior, I went with something that most people won't go with, but I went with Gambit's Waylander. It's not just Eco Warrior. I think he's gonna perform so well on the day 3. I have such a high hopes for this Finn, and he's a really good player, so I do have high hopes for him. For the entry fragger, I went with the one and only Nico. Overall great player. I think on the day 2 he had like 10. I don't know, I lost the count at the 10. I mean 10 entry frags at least. what this guy had. So I think he's gonna deliver again against NIP. And for the sniper, I picked Nico and of course Chris J combo. If Mousesports is gonna win against NIP, I think Chris J has to be on the up and has to perform well against Forest's up. Yeah, there wasn't too many picks for a sniper. I mean, NIP had Forest, which is just insane guy. I was thinking a lot if I should put Forest, but then I thought it's gonna be a hard game for NIP. I don't think Forest might not afford up economically if they are always losing. So that's why I didn't go with Forest. Then there was Fnatic, JW or Olofmeister. Again, the performance, sometimes JW isn't playing op at all if he's not feeling it. Sometimes it's all off, so I like to pick for the sniper a dedicated opper. FaZe has Fox. I think FaZe is gonna struggle against the Fnatic, so again, Fox might not be on the op that many times. And CLG, JDM, but I don't think he was a good choice either. So for me, the best choice out of all these people was Chris J from Mousesports, and he did a really good job on day 2 against Flipside. Like, he did a good job with M4 and op both, but I do hope he's gonna op against an IP. So that's about it. I'll go over one more time. For the Commando, I picked Sharks. For the Clutch King, I picked Creams. For the Eco Warrior, I went with Waylander, Entry Fragger Nico, and Sniper Chris J. That's my pick. Fantasy pick'em for day 3. So yeah, these are my predictions for day 3, and we will see tomorrow what the pick'ems will be for the quarterfinals, day 4. So I'll go enjoy the matches, and I hope you do too. I'll upload again tomorrow with the new pick'ems. For now, thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.